Now here's Rashford at the other end, though. Rashford throws his man beautifully. Rashford across the face of goal, it's flicked in. Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead. Rafinha, dangerous ball, and there is Lewandowski. Did he get the touch?
A little bit. Oh, he doesn't do that. Powers in it. In the position he found himself, he is the coolest man in the tie. But the mountain that Liverpool will have.
We have still a training to go, but I expect Harry Maguire and Anthony Dos Santos available. Anthony Martial is not available. He's back on the pitch, not back in the team training, so we'll wait for that. Yeah, and what we do different, that is, you will see tomorrow on the pitch, and then you see it. We have an idea, of course, but of course we can't tell that now.
Primeramente, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Primeramente, ¿qué hay que hacer diferente en esta vuelta contra el Barcelona? Y segundo, ¿me puedes poner al día sobre si están en condiciones Martial, Anthony y también Maguire? Pues la respuesta, empezamos primeramente con los que están en condiciones. Martial y Anthony van a estar en condiciones, pero algunos de los jugadores, Martial, perdona, no va a estar en condiciones. Está entrenando con nosotros, está de nuevo en la cancha jugando, pero no va a poder participar mañana. ¿Y qué hay que hacer diferente? Pues veremos mañana la idea que tenemos. Hay que ver lo que pasa en el campo.
Thank you. Eric, hi. Barcelona over recent years have had to make some pretty serious financial decisions, in part to try and keep up with clubs like United and those in the Premier League. Given your experience outside of England in particular and now coming into the Premier League, do you have any issues with how much more money Premier League clubs have to spend, even over a club like Barcelona, world famous, supported by so many million?
Yeah, it's obvious. I think that is the developments in international football, and so there are regulations, and everyone has to keep the regulations. It's also clear, but be fair, I'm not totally informed about all those regulations. It's not my job in the club. My job is to have a good team, to develop the team, and so give good team performances.
La pregunta era sobre el Barcelona y la parte financiera y lo que hay que hacer, por ejemplo, equipos como Manchester United en la Premier, para seguir gastando dinero para poder competir con clubes como Barcelona, que tienen tantos fans, que millones de seguidores. Y la respuesta, obviamente, se trata del desarrollo del fútbol internacional, de las normas, que hay que seguir esas normas, pero si te soy sincero, no estoy totalmente informado con lo que pasa en ese asunto. Yo me encargo más del desarrollo del equipo en el campo.
Eric, a big week for Manchester United that kicked off with that impressive win over Leicester. Did you expect massive occasions like this, the game against Barcelona and then the Cup final, to come so early on in your spell as United boss? And can you give us an idea of how the dressing room, how excited they are for this week?
Yeah, definitely, and we all want to play big games, big matches. That is, when we were young and we dreamed of it, and we are now in a position, and it's still February, as you say, but a big game is coming up, and we are really enjoy it. We're really looking forward to it. We're really excited. and we have to give our best because we want to match with the best.
Y la pregunta es una gran semana, obviamente. Iniciaste esta semana con una victoria impresionante contra el Leicester. Después, obviamente, tienes la final del Carling del Copa de la Liga. ¿Cómo está el vestuario? ¿Están muy emocionados? ¿Y pensabas que iba a venir tan temprano esas posibilidades de jugar los partidos grandes en tu carrera aquí en Manchester United? Obviamente, la respuesta era, obviamente, estamos muy contentos. Todos queremos jugar estos grandes partidos. Era un sueño para muchos de nosotros de joven. Y solo estamos en febrero. Tenemos grandes partidos y estamos listos para disfrutar este partido y dar el mejor en el campo.
Rafa, you have experience with how difficult it is to beat Barcelona and play in those occasions. How impressed were you with how the team performed at Camp Nou, and how confident are you that you guys can finish the job tomorrow night?
I think the first game against Barcelona was a very good game, top level, two offensive teams who wants to press high on the pitch. Yeah, the level was very good, and it was a good result for us. Obviously, in the first half we could score maybe more goals, but in general we played with character and personality on the pitch, which was very important. And I think for the second game, we know exactly how we want to play. We want to play with passion, with discipline on the pitch, and believe. And I think we have a good team and we are ready for that challenge.
Sí, la pregunta era, Rafa, has tenido experiencia de enfrentar a Barcelona y sabes lo que significa y lo que hay que hacer para ganarle al Barça. ¿Te quedaste impresionado con lo que hicieron en el Camp Nou y estás confiado de que pueden terminar el trabajo? Y la respuesta, primeramente, creo que jugamos un buen partido. Era un partido de alto nivel de los dos equipos ofensivos, presionando alto. Tuvimos un buen resultado. Creo que en la primera parte podíamos haber marcado más goles, pero demostramos el carácter, personalidad en el campo. Y yo creo que con paciencia, disciplina y tener esa fe podemos tener un buen resultado también aquí.
Yeah. Raphael, if I could ask, how much confidence does it give an effectively new team to win a match of this size against an opponent of this size?
I think on the last month we grew a lot. I think we are playing with more confidence, and tomorrow the atmosphere will be electric. So we have to manage our emotions and stay calm and believe. And I think we improved a lot already as a team. And the next step is to beat teams like Barcelona, and it's a great challenge for us and a great opportunity.
Si la pregunta es cuánta confianza y para tener un nuevo equipo, poder enfrentar a un equipo o equipos tan grandes del tamaño de Barcelona. Y la respuesta de Raphael, creo que hemos crecido muchísimo en este mes. Tenemos más posibilidades, más confianza. Mañana el ambiente va a ser eléctrico y tenemos que gestionar nuestras emociones. Tenemos que mantener la calma y creer. Y creo que hemos mejorado bastante. Ahora es cuestión de subir un escalón más y es un reto bastante grande contra el Barcelona y creo que estamos listos para este reto.
Samuel.
Raphael, what's been the difference between this season and last season, which was regarded as one of the worst seasons the club's had in a long time, whereas this season everyone feels that the club's a genuine force again?
I think first of all it's the confidence, and secondly I think it's the discipline. I think tactically we are following exactly the rules, and we know exactly how we want to play, how we want to manage the game, and yeah, and I think the quality is in the squad, but yeah, I think with a little bit more experience and the mentality of competition, and winning mentality. We already improved a lot, and that's maybe the difference between this season and the last season.
La pregunta era ¿qué tan diferente ha sido como esta temporada? La temporada pasada por muchos era uno de los peores en los últimos tiempos. Ahora mismo el Manchester United de nuevo es una fuerza, digamos. La respuesta era, primeramente creo que se trata de la confianza y por segundo es la disciplina y de hecho de que estamos siguiendo algo más táctico, siguiendo las normas, jugando tácticamente mejor y creo que eso también creo que hemos mejorado en cuanto al plantel. Tenemos un equipo con más experiencia, esa mentalidad de competir y de así se puede tener como una mentalidad ganadora y creo que estamos haciendo bien y por eso creo que son las mayores diferencias entre esta temporada y la última.
Dave.
Hi, you were pictured having dinner, I think, with Sir Alex Ferguson. The picture has come out. I appreciate you may not want to divulge what was said, but how valuable is it having his experience and expertise to call upon when needed, particularly ahead of big European nights like tomorrow night?
Oh, it's massive. And I always enjoy it to speak with people who have a lot of knowledge, have a lot of experience, and he wants to share it, and so he wants to help, he wants to support. You feel Manchester United is his club. He feels so committed, and he wants that we are doing well. And so it was a great night. I'm looking forward for next night with him.
Sí, la pregunta es, hemos visto las fotos de ti cenando con Alex Ferguson. Quizás no vas a querer hablar sobre lo que hablaron, pero ¿qué tan importante, hasta qué punto puede ser importante esa experiencia y ese conocimiento para noches así grandes, europeas, como las que tienes mañana? La respuesta es enorme, ¿no? Yo disfruto hablar con las personas que tienen conocimiento y también él quiere compartir su conocimiento y su apoyo para Manchester United. Es su club y está comprometido y me encanta hablar con él. Y fue muy importante para mí y espero ya con ganas de que tenemos la próxima cita.
Take a couple of Spanish questions.
Buenos días, Eric. Mañana Xavi tiene las bajas de Gavi, también de Pedri. ¿Cómo crees que puede afectar esto al Barcelona? Y si crees que Xavi puede ofrecer o puede apostar por un sistema diferente al de 4 mediocampistas que vimos en el Camp Nou. Gracias.
So first and foremost, hi Eric, I just wonder what your thoughts were given that Xavi is going to be without Gavi and Pedri, who played in the first game, and I wondered whether or not you had an opinion on if Xavi is going to change his system, perhaps put 4 across the middle as he did in Camp Nou.
Yeah, so I don't know what Xavi is thinking, but it's obviously Gavi, Pedri, big, great players, although they are very young, they already have a positive effect on the game of Barcelona, but also their squad is so much depth in it that they have players who can replace them, and tomorrow will be a very good team for Barcelona. So if we want to win, we have to play our best.
Primeramente, no sé, obviamente él tendrá sus planes. Gavi y Pedri son muy buenos jugadores, pero también son jóvenes, pero contribuyen a la forma de jugar positiva del Barça. Pero obviamente tienen un buen grupo, hay mucha profundidad en ese grupo y seguramente podrá encontrar a alguien para reemplazar a esos jugadores, pero tenemos que estar listos y tenemos que estar preparados, tenemos que jugar bien mañana.
Una pregunta para Rafa, Francesc Antón de TV3. Te quería preguntar, Rafa, lo mismo. Tú estuviste en el campo con Pedri, con Gavi la semana pasada. También tienen la baja de Dembélé, si puedes contestar en español, por favor. ¿Cómo les puede afectar y si esto os hace, jugando en casa con el ambiente de Old Trafford, favoritos para Gavi?
Bueno, yo creo que son bajas importantes para ellos, pero creo que el Barça tiene una plantilla muy grande y será un partido de alto nivel. Tenemos que estar preparados para competir y sabemos que la filosofía, el estilo de juego será lo mismo, unos cambios de jugadores, pero la idea será la misma y tenemos que estar preparados para jugar bien o quizás mejor que en la primera vuelta para ganar y clasificarnos.
So the question was, if you could answer in Spanish, was the request. Obviously, we've spoken about the fact that Gavi and Pedro will be missing for this second leg, but also Dembele. Can you tell us what you feel, Rafa, about those absences, and do you think that makes your team favourites tomorrow? And the answer was, obviously they're important absences in the squad, but also Barcelona have a big squad and they can find replacements for this. We need to be prepared to compete, and they can bring players in who are ready to play in this game. I think we have to be prepared and we have to play the same or even better to go through and qualify for the next round.
Last two, one Spanish, one English. The lady there. Yeah.
I'm not Spanish.
Ah, sorry. Okay.
Can I ask my question?
Okay.
Eric, you have the chance to win a title this weekend. You have the chance to eliminate Barcelona from a European Cup this week, and you're still in the title race. How would you summarize the progress the team has made this season? And do you feel like Manchester United are getting enough credit at the moment?
Oh, definitely. But yeah, it's not about credit, it's about trophies. And we have the opportunity, but the first focus point is always the next game, and in that league we can't win the trophy this week, and we have to go from game to game. They're the focus, but especially we have to keep in the same mindset that every day we want to give a better version of ourselves, and we are sure when you face such big teams as Barcelona you have to play your best, otherwise you don't have a chance. And so we want to get through to go to the next round. So really tomorrow we have to give the best performance from this season, and we believe in it. Looking forward to it, so it gives a lot of energy.
So the question was, la pregunta era, obviamente tienes una oportunidad de ganar un título el fin de semana y estás enfrentando a un equipo de Barça mañana y también sigues peleando por el título. Háblanos un poco del progreso aquí en Manchester United, y crees que reciben el mérito de lo que han conseguido hasta la fecha. Y la respuesta era no, no se trata de tener méritos por lo que has hecho, se trata de ganar trofeos. Pero nuestro enfoque ahora mismo es el próximo partido, no estamos pensando en cosas más allá, no estamos pasando nada por alto. Y tenemos que ir semana por semana y tener esa mentalidad siempre para sacar la mejor versión de nosotros. Y obviamente lo que tenemos que hacer mañana es sacar la mejor versión de nosotros y estamos preparados, pero estamos con ganas y creemos que lo podemos hacer, y eso es lo que vamos a hacer.
Last question, Chris.
Hi, Eric. You were very animated with the fans after the game on Saturday. Clearly it's a big game for you. You had some big games in Europe at the end of your time at Ajax. I think Benfica and Roma were two of the big ones. Does this feel like your biggest game in Europe since the Ajax Spurs semi in 2019?
For me, is the next game always the biggest game. So I have to go back, but I'm not the type who is looking back. I'm looking forward, and so I'm really totally excited tomorrow. Two big, great teams facing each other at Old Trafford. It will be a massive atmosphere, great ambience, and that I think is the best you can get.